Welcome to the Drag Me to the Movies podcast extras. I'm Ned.
And I'm Joe.
In this episode, we're going to be talking about Joe's favorite movies from the 90s. So, Joe, what do you got for us?
All right. Well, I've got 20 submissions here.
Okay.
And what I did is I went ahead and I put them into categories. So I got myself some kid movies. All right.
Okay.
I've got some drama.
Okay.
I've got some comedies.
Okay. I imagine
And
there's
I've got
a lot
some
of those.
action.
Okay.
There is. Comedies is my largest, but kids, movies, and action are followed up next.
So I didn't hear any horror movies in there, which obviously...
You sure didn't.
If you're a fan of the podcast, Joe was not really into horror movies back then.
Right.
So
right.
Makes sense.
I'm slowly growing, but I'm still not there. Maybe in time.
Maybe.
But based on those categories, Ned, which one do you want me to start with? I figure I'll just go through those categories.
Let's knock out your comedies because I know those are probably what you watch the most.
Okay. All right. So these are in no order. So just how they came out of my brain. So Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Okay. It's a good one.
You are familiar, correct?
Oh, hell yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
So this is one of my favorite Mel Brooks films. I mean, I have quite a few that are up there, but Robin Hood Men in Tights, I feel like is just great. The acting is good. The jokes are very good. I feel like this is still peak Mel Brooks at this time, as far as the comedy and kind of running that line of inappropriate and witty. It just has a good story overall. I think it's a good representation of the Robin Hood story as well. Just very, very happy with it. Very quotable too, like a lot of Mel Brooks films.
That's true.
Yeah. a Jew here. So what are your thoughts on Robin Hood, Ned? I guess I shouldn't ask you, right? Because it's I mean, I don't know if I want to know if it's on your list.
So after this one, we are going to do some from mine, which I told Joe, ultimately, let's go through your list. I can come up with 20 more easily. So I'm hoping that I'm filling in some of the more obscure ones that you might not have even been familiar with at the time or to this day.
That's true. That is true. You probably will do a good job at that. So
yeah. But yeah, Robin Hood Men in Tights is definitely one that I enjoyed growing up.
Okay. All right. So the next one for me is The Big Lebowski. This is, oh man, I've watched this film so many times. Jeff Bridges is fantastic in this. John Goodman is fantastic. Philip Seymour Hoffman, even though he's not a huge role, but still hilarious. Steve Buscemi, and again, quotable. There's so many things you can quote from this, right? And they're so obscure. Like you would never need to quote these in real life, but I have them committed to memory. You know, it's a fucking Pomeranian, man. He's not going to take your turn. We're not buying him shoes. Like, just crazy shit like that in this film. It's so unhinged. The story overall, I think, is what really draws me into it. And again, just kind of the chemistry between Goodman and Bridges overall. So yeah, this is one of my tops. What about you, Ned?
It's definitely a good one. I don't know if I would put it super high on my list, but it is one I just had to watch with my wife because she hadn't seen it. So I had to introduce her to it, and she enjoyed it. So yeah, it's definitely a movie I do like. It's hard to do it now, but back in the day, it's one of those movies that if it would have been on TV and I stumbled across it as I was channel surfing, I'd watch.
That's good. All right. My next one, Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. It's another one that I've watched a billion times. In fact, I've watched all of the Austin Powers a billion times.
But the second one in particular?
Yeah, the second one to me was, I think, where it peaked a little bit better.
Okay.
The first one was very good. Yeah, I think Fat Bastard. Well, I think it's a little bit of both, to be honest. But no, Fat Bastard, I think, is just so out there. And I feel like in this one too, they lean in to the other evil crew at that point too. Like, you get a little bit more about number two. You get a little bit more about Frau. I couldn't think of his name or her name. You get Scott Evil a little bit more. Yeah. You get Mini Me in this one. Well, I guess you get Mini Me in this one. Mini Me wasn't in the first one, right?
No, Scott.
Scott was in the first one, but but Mini Me's crazy. It's so good. It's so good. And again, I think with all these comedies, is so quotable. Is where these embedded themselves into my mind. So what are your thoughts on the second Austin Powers versus the first? Would you have ranked it that way, or would you have taken it first?
Oh
and then
gosh, it's been a while since I've seen The Spy Who Shagged Me, but in my head, it feels like Spy Who Shagged Me would probably win just based on like what I can actually recall from them.
right,
Not to discard the others, like Goldmember was also good, but I think
right.
Spy Who Shagged Me is probably my favorite of the bunch.
Mm-hmm.
So
All
yeah,
right.
that's fair.
Cool. Okay. Next one is The Mask. In my mind, this is prime Jim Carrey.
Yes, agreed.
Just again, so crazy. He gets to lean into his expressions or expressibility, I guess,
Yeah.
heavily in this film. Man,
His
it's
physical
just
comedy, like all
so
that.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. The premise of the film is really good. The use of like dance numbers and cartoon, layover and like making fun of genres of film and content overall.
Mm-hmm.
Just so good. Such a good film.
That is a
It's a
movie.
shame. It's a shame the other ones weren't good.
I haven't seen the other ones, but I am familiar with a little bit of the source material for it. Definitely not the
Okay.
same.
Really?
No, the graphic novels, comics for it were definitely a lot darker and sinister.
Interesting.
I mean, there's still a lot of the same beats, but like, for example, the part where he's getting robbed by the garage that's working on his car, like
Mhm.
that scene plays out a little bit differently in the comics in comparison. But, the movie took
Okay.
a more lighthearted comedy kind of kid-friendly vibe compared to what the graphic novel did.
Gotcha.
It's definitely a movie that would be probably on my list if I were to do, the top 20 movies from the 90s for myself.
Okay. All right. Next up, and this is going to be controversial, but I think this is this actor's best film, in my opinion. So I'm curious what you're going to say in response. But Beverly Hills Ninja, I feel like this is like Chris Farley's best work.
Nope.
Not that Tommy Boy wasn't good, but I feel like this was the best. So much physical comedy, so much unhinged yelling Chris Farley, so much expressive, flirtatious Chris Farley. A lot of the stuff that I came to love from him in SNL. I almost feel like this is an SNL film overall. Just that kind of vibe of just slapstick comedy and outrageousness. But this is another one that I watch at least once a year. I just love it so much.
I disagree.
I
Now,
figured you would.
Tommy Boy is honestly my favorite Chris Farley movie. Now there's been plenty of others of his that I like, and Beverly Hills Ninja I do appreciate. I haven't really seen it since. Like, I think I own it, but it's on DVD, and I don't have a DVD player set up anymore to watch. And it's not one I went and thought of to buy digitally. So
Okay.
but Tommy Boy
Well,
I do
maybe
have digitally.
maybe we'll have a Discord showing of it someday, so you can rewatch it and see if it changes, if your opinion of it changes at all.
I have a feeling it's not, but I mean, there's so
Okay.
many good Chris Farley movies.
Yeah, again, I'm not saying the other ones are crap.
Yeah.
This is I'd rather watch this than I'd rather watch Tommy Boy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I know that Tommy Boy is critically acclaimed and everyone loves it. So
Well, it's also like for me, that one's a little bit more nostalgic because it's the movie me and my friends back in high school. We watched the hell out of that movie and quoted it so much.
yeah, see, that was Beverly Hills Ninja for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting how that works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Here's one that I think we can agree on. Mrs. Doubtfire. This was a great film. This is again great Robin Williams. It's an interesting premise.
Mm-hmm.
It's a crazy premise. There's a lot of physical comedy in this one from Robin Williams. This is strictly, well, not strictly, but mostly Robin Williams playing a character like he does in his comedy acts, right? Like he's playing a Mrs. Doubtfire where he's, embodying her personality and it pulls at your heartstrings. It's funny. It's just, I think overall a great movie. Now I'm not going to go as far and say this is the best Robin Williams film ever.
Mm-hmm.
I won't go that far, but I just think it's a great movie overall.
Yeah, it is. I don't know if it would make my top 10, but yeah, it's definitely a movie I enjoyed.
How often do you go back and watch that one?
I just watched it last year, so I probably won't go back and watch it for at least another 2 or 3.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's been probably 3 or 4 years for me, so I'm due. But yeah, that's not like a yearly watch for me, but it's definitely one that I like to go back and revisit.
Nice.
Speaking of which, another one that's kind of in that same ballpark is Hot Shots. I really like Hot Shots. It's so dumb. If you've listened to this podcast enough, you know that I'm a sucker for dumb comedies. 90s, and this is definitely like The Naked Gun. This is Airplane, but in the 90s for me. Charlie Sheen is fantastic at the stupid slapstick humor in this. It's just overall it's just those jokes keep coming, and every time you watch it, you get more and more of them. Yeah, I know a lot of people aren't going to agree. It's such a good fun ride for me.
Yeah. So just out of curiosity, you're talking the original Hot Shots, not part two.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. Part two is up there with it, but yeah, I
Yeah.
chose the original Hot Shots.
I think for me, it's been a while since I've seen either of them. It's not one I
Hmm.
revisit. But I remember, I think I liked part two a little bit more, but that's mainly because it played upon Rambo 2.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah,
Okay.
that's a good pick.
All right, that's my comedies, sir.
Okay.
So we got kids, movies, drama, and action. Where would you like me to go next?
Let's go kids movies. Knock those out.
All right, so these are going to be more comedies. Okay, so unsurprisingly, heavyweights. This
Okay.
is
Yeah.
a nostalgic film for me. We watched this on the podcast.
Yes, we have an older
Uh,
episode available.
Yep, I just
Maybe.
love I think, well, yeah, hopefully. I just love the premise again of kids going to a summer camp and it being like a fat camp, but more of a like get your bodies under control, and then it turns into like a sweat camp
Right.
type thing, by Ben Stiller, and it's so good, so many funny, comedic jokes that happen, and yeah, I'm all for it. And then also as watching this as a kid, like seeing that giant like inflatable thing on the pond,
Mm-hmm.
or the lake, like
Yeah.
I thought that was so badass as a kid. The go-karts, yeah, it's a fun ride of a film. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah. It's definitely one that I hadn't seen prior to you introducing it to me on the podcast, but yeah,
Hmm.
it was a good film. And it also is kind of almost a precursor to Dodgeball in a way with Ben Stiller's character a bit. But
Right.
yeah,
Right.
and sadly, it looks like that might have been one of the movies impacted.
Oh boy.
So just to
We can
kind of
we can touch on
inform.
that at the end of the
Okay,
episode
we'll
if you
save
want.
that. Yeah.
Just let everybody know what's kind of going on.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, same vein, Little Giants. This is again very nostalgic for me. I love the comedy in it. Again, I think part of the nostalgia of it as well is like it's a ragtag group of like nerds that you're expecting to fail, but they don't. If you're not familiar with the film, it's basically let me make sure I got their names right here. It's Rick Moranis and Ed O'Neill, who are brothers. Ed O'Neill's a esteemed football player, I think in college football. The town basically rallies around Ed O'Neill's character. Rick Moranis is the brother who is the nerd. His daughter is a bit of a tomboy and good at football. Ed O'Neill won't let her play on the team, and so he makes his own team called the Little Giants. And man, it's so much fun of a film. Have you ever seen Little Giants?
I have. I remember it, like I saw it probably like once or twice when I was younger, but I have not seen it in years.
Okay, I just did a rewatch probably about 3 months ago, and it it still was a good watch for me.
Nice.
Still enjoyed it.
Good.
Okay. Same vein again, I feel like falls into it is the Little Rascals. Again, this is I feel like another ragtag group of nerdy kids or outcast kids, and the funny story that goes around them. Each kid has their own weird, I don't know, like trait, I guess you'd call them. And it's such a fun film, and there's a lot of quotable stuff in this as well. Like, their club is called the He-Man Woman Haters Club. Alfalfa writes that poem to Darla. Dear Darla, I hate your freaking guts. You make me want to vomit. Like that kind of stuff. Just hilarious to me. The I Got a Pickle song that's in there from Buckwheat.
Mm-hmm.
It's just to me, it's a fun film. It's funny, and it's just it's a good vibe.
I
What are
agree.
your thoughts on the Little Rascals?
Quick, what's the number for 911? I don't know. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Good. Okay, so we'll we'll leave that one there. All right. This one is one I've not seen in a while, and I'd like to rewatch. Ned, maybe we can make this a future podcast episode. Is Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
I really like this one, from the aspect of like technology and sci-fi, I guess, side of it. Rick Moranis, I felt like is a namesake of the 90s. movies.
For sure.
He's definitely good at what he does. The way they portray the children being tiny with like being in a bowl of cereal, going through the yard, running into insects and stuff. It's just very cool theater of imagination to kind of put you into. And I loved it as a kid. I'd like to rewatch it because I don't remember a whole lot about it beyond that. So yeah, I'd really like to go back and watch it, but it gives me the feel good vibes when I think of it though.
Yeah, it's definitely one that I watched quite often. I just remember they did a very good job, like with the scaling of things and having the kids be so small.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I remember there was a
Cool.
giant ant that they friended.
Right.
So, yeah,
Yep.
definitely a good one.
Okay. Oh, and I also learned that bananas are a source of potassium, I believe, in this one. I think it was the original. I don't remember. Anyway, this one I put under the kids movies just because I didn't want to have its own separate category. But this would fall under horror animated. It's Nightmare Before Christmas. So this one is now a yearly watch for me since I've been introduced through the podcast.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the music. I'm not a big musical guy, but the music in this is really good. Yeah, it's a cool story. It's fun to watch. The animation and the design of the characters are just crazy cool. Yeah, I'm all for it.
I love that one. I'm a huge Halloween fan. The fact that it blends two great holidays together, does it so seamlessly. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites, one of my wife's favorites. So yeah, we watch it every year and maybe even more.
Nice.
What's
Okay,
next,
that puts
sir?
us to drama and action. Where would you like to go?
Let's go with action.
Okay. So this is timely based on what we just watched in the last episode.
Wait,
can you guess what it is?
Are you saying Speed's on the list?
No, it's The Matrix, you dummy.
Oh.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves, again, not a great actor in this film by any means, but I don't think he has to be because the action and the sci-fi premise of this film is kind of what takes hold. As a computer guy, just the idea of them being in a simulation is super cool. Being uploaded with skill sets like kung fu and all that stuff, super cool. Yeah, I'm all about this film.
Yeah. Me too. This movie, it's just like being someone who has a computer programming background and seeing this movie, I'm like, fuck yeah. That's where I'm
agreed.
At. So
agreed.
Such good music in it as well. The soundtrack.
Oh yeah. Ooh. Yep. Agreed.
Listen to that on repeat.
There's not much I could say about that film that is negative, other than it maybe having too many sequels. But even then, I didn't hate them.
Did you ever play the video game?
I did.
Yeah, I remember enjoying that.
Yeah, it was fun, but it was kind of rough from what I remember too.
Yeah, it had some bugs, but still fun.
Okay, so this one, I don't know. I feel like it's going to depend on what age bracket our listener is that's listening to this or watching at the moment. But it's the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This one's just big for me because I was a huge TMNT fan growing up.
Right.
And getting to see live action like puppeted turtle suits.
Yeah.
And the kung fu that happens in there, and it taking kind of a serious approach at the turtles. Not like super serious, but like tongue in cheek, kind of like serious. Shredder was kind of a badass kidnapping kids kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like this was really done well.
So this one hits real hard right now because it's back in theaters. Or it was.
I didn't know that.
A few weeks ago. However, at least AMC, I'm not sure what other theaters were playing it, but it was back because it's been like 35 years or something.
Yeah.
They kind of put it in, and AMC, like, I have the A-list thing. I've been able to see Jaws and other movies that they brought back. TMNT for some reason was excluded from A-list, and I'm like, that's kind of scummy. And I just, on a personal level, I was like, I am not giving them money to go see that in theaters when I can watch it at home. Now, if it would have been included in the A-list, I definitely would have been in theaters watching it. It's one of my favorite movies. I have such a great memory of when that first came out because I got to go see, like, that was one of the only movies I ever saw with my cousin. And I know I went with my cousin and his girlfriend at the time. And I had an absolute blast watching them on the big screen. So.
Yeah, I remember, I don't know about you, but like as a kid, the whole idea of Ninja Vanish and like the smoke and then them disappearing was like the coolest shit.
Or even like the scene where the turtles are trying to hide when they're over at April's apartment and that guy, her boss, and the son are there, and how they're hiding in like the tub or like that's all great.
Even them wearing trench coats. The whole spiel about them delivering pizza to like 21 and a half. And they're like, oh, where's 21 and a half? And it's the sewer. Like
pizza dude's got 30 seconds.
Yeah, right. But yeah, so that's a great film.
I
All right,
completely agree.
Ned, I would be remorse if I didn't visit the best Batman in my 90s journey. And so Batman Forever is on my list. Before I go into why, what are your
Okay.
thoughts on that?
I mean, okay, I am definitely a fan of Michael Keaton's Batman more so. However, Batman Forever, when that shit was out, I had the fucking pencils, notepads, the
Yep.
Trapper Keeper. Like, I had all that
Folders.
shit. Like, I
Yep.
loved Jim Carrey at the time. You know, Val Kilmer was also one of my favorite actors at the time. Like, I didn't love the bat nipple things and could have done without the Chris O'Donnell Robin, but I
Right.
had a blast with that movie.
Yep. Yep. Now, did you have the, I think it was McDonald's, the glass mugs from them?
I did not get those. No, my
I think if
parents
I go
didn't.
check my cabinet, I think I still have the Riddler one
Nice.
somewhere. But yeah, Jim Carrey is the Riddler, so good.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones is Two-Face, so good. Yeah, I just felt like this was like the peak of the Kilmer Batman.
I mean, it's the only
So
Kilmer Batman.
is it?
It is.
What wasn't Batman and Robin?
That's George Clooney.
Oh, was it? Never mind
Yeah.
then. I thought Kilmer had another one.
There
It is
was
the only one.
talks that there was going to be one that he was going to be in as the sequel to Batman Forever. That was actually going to have Man Bat in it, I believe. But that
Okay.
never got footing.
Why did I think there was another Kilmer Batman? Man. All right. Well, anyway, Batman Forever is on my list. Well, that's something I have to unpack with my therapist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me know if you need any support.
Yeah, I might. I'm losing it. Okay. I would again be remorse if I didn't put this bad boy on the list. Independence Day. This is in my mind peak Will Smith. This is peak 90s America. This is peak Bill Pullman. There's a lot of peaks in this one, Ned, in my mind.
Yeah.
Randy Quaid does a great job in this. Jeff Goldblum's in it. I really like this film. The idea of aliens coming to the planet, it being high stakes, again, there are things with this film that I'm like, why? It's not a perfect film by any means, but it's a nostalgic film for me.
Okay.
Goldblum giving them a virus. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The ship just happened to be running Python or JavaScript that was unpatched. Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably Windows 95 or something.
Probably. Yeah. I think 95 would have been then, or maybe they're, they might've been ahead of us. Right. So it might've been on 98.
Maybe.
But again, it's a great nostalgic film. I don't know how many times people quote Welcome to Earth and keep punching in something. It's a good film. Good film.
I'm not going to disagree that it is definitely a good 90s film. I remember seeing that in theaters, just seeing the aliens and the sound that the alien ships were making, the force field stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
The size of the ships.
Yeah. The massiveness of the mothership, even just the normal ships that came in down on Earth. Crazy.
Right. Yep.
I don't know if I would say it's my favorite Will Smith alien movie. Like, I'm in my head, I'm like, is Men in Black better? That's where I'm at.
Yeah. That might be a good discussion for another extra, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe we can lock in on Will Smith,
so
do a whole episode on just Will Smith movies.
As long as we keep his wife's name out of our mouth. That's the only caveat there, Ned.
I mean, we might have to mention her.
All right. Good luck.
Take the slap.
All right. Fair enough. You heard it here, folks. Okay. My last action film. This is probably a divided one because I feel like it's divided with the audiences that have watched it. Do you have any guesses based on that?
Action movie? I mean, I'm really hoping like straight up action, no other elements to it. I mean, I really hope it's Jurassic Park.
It's not. It's not. This is probably more action / fancy, I guess, borderline. But Waterworld. I'm nostalgic for Waterworld. I really like that film. I know it doesn't go over well with a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I think the premise is cool. It's kind of Mad Max on the water, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And that does it for me. I just enjoy the idea about the fact that some people have gills and right. Yep. I really like this film, Ned. I like the attraction as well.
It's one I like. I actually was in a theater back where I previously lived, and the movie theater had a pinball machine for Waterworld, and I lost my shit. I was like, oh, I'm definitely playing that
so cool.
and going home and watch it.
Very cool.
I just feel like it's got a lot of creativity, and that's one of the things I appreciate about about that film.
Yep, agreed. Okay, that leaves us with drama, and in the drama category, Ned, we have my favorite all-time '90s film, and it might be my all-time. Well, no, it won't be because Anchorman is my all-time favorite film, but this is close. All right,
Okay.
we'll save that one for last. So, in the drama film, and I don't know if you'll agree with me on the classification being drama, but I feel like you might. Titanic. So I, as an adult, don't have a whole lot of interest to rewatch Titanic, but as a kid, I guess as a teen, I got caught in the craze with everyone else of how awesome of a film this was, and I think I went with 3 different friend groups to the theater to watch it.
Oh, damn.
And I enjoyed it every time. It was a good film. Also, hormonal teen. What's in Titanic that I probably would have liked also at that time? Who knows? Maybe French girls. But overall, I just remember liking the film as a kid. It's got a nostalgic place for me. If somebody were to say, "Hey, Titanic's on, you want to watch it?" I'd watch it. Again, this isn't like a huge like top. It's in my top 20, but it's probably number 20 as far as it goes. I think it's a really well done film. There's a lot of it set a lot of classic tropes, I think, as well with
Yeah.
this film of being, like on the front of the ship with your arms spread. The captain going down with the ship, the band playing as it's sinking, the door controversy, all that stuff. So yeah, I put it more on this list, not maybe necessarily from this is like a diehard film of mine, but it had an impact on me at the time, and I think it had an impact on the industry as well.
Oh, sure. No denying that. I
Okay.
personally, I enjoy it, but it's definitely not one that I go back and rewatch often.
Right. Yep. Although I probably should because it's been quite a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. Second to last here. Not in order of favoritism, but just in the number of things I have left to talk about. Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction, man, me and my friends watched the shit out of that growing up. It's a good story.
Tarantino.
It's Tarantino. it's Travolta, you got Sam Jackson, Uma Thurman, Bruce Willis. It's just Tim Roth. Like there's so many good actors in this film.
Yeah, for sure.
And they do such a good job. They're all great presentations. This is the first, I think, introduction I had to a film where the storyline was kind of all over the place, but I was able to follow it.
Yeah.
And I think just because it was done so well. Again, I look at this and there's a lot of racial slurs that are used that are probably unnecessary, as there is with Tarantino.
Yeah.
But if you can get past that and overlook it, it's a good story.
The dialogue.
Yeah. Again, Tarantino is a master of conversations.
Yep.
And there's no shortage of that in this film.
For sure. Okay. So
Ned,
you said this is your last one.
This is probably my favorite '90s film. Well, it's definitely my favorite '90s film, and it's up there as far as like top Joe films.
I have 2 in mind.
All right, throw them at me.
The first, I think I remember you saying this is Schindler's List.
Okay.
The other one is Shawshank Redemption.
Okay. You got it right. It's Schindler's List.
Yeah, that's the one I think I recall.
Yeah. Just so I'm a huge history buff.
Yeah.
So the fact that this covers World War II and specifically, Auschwitz and the travesties that happened there.
Yeah.
It does a good job not holding back and really portraying the shit that went down there. And man, Liam Neeson, my God, it's probably he did such a great job in acting in this film. It's kind of funny to think now that he's in the new Naked Gun, based on the chops that he had in this film.
Yeah.
Man, it's just this really left a mark on me. Really, if you're not familiar with World War II and the whole Holocaust and what went down there, I recommend Schindler's List as an entry point to kind of get an idea of it. I know that it seems that the things that happened in Germany at the time are not necessarily brought to the forefront so much anymore. And I feel like this is history that should not be forgotten. And I think Schindler's List is a good way of making you feel the feels of what happened there. And it won't let you forget. You will see scenes in this film that will be burned into your minds. And it's good that it would be, in my opinion.
Agreed.
So yeah. So Ned, we went through my list. How many did I knock off of your list? If you could guess, you don't have to be completely accurate, but did I match anything on yours?
You did. The Matrix and The Mask. Pulp Fiction was potentially going to be on it. But yeah, those 3. Outside of that, I had things.
Okay, and we'll hear about it in the next extras, probably, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, Ned, you alluded earlier that there's some shit going down with the podcast. So why don't we talk it over with the audience? Kind of, maybe some transparency of like what we're thinking.
Yeah. So So ultimately, we've been using a track from Streambeats, which is meant to be DMCA free and open to use in podcasts and other content. But where we host, we are getting a copyright strike, and they're looking to pull that content, which they have pulled 26 of our older episodes. We are trying to work through the process to get that hopefully appealed, but we're not sure if that's going to work out in our benefit, mainly because it seems that Streambeats doesn't have all the necessary information that they're looking for. So we might either have to find an alternate host or do something else. But there are 26 episodes currently impacted, but we're working through it, trying to figure out if we can get something going forward. For the time being, we're going to continue using the music. But right now our trusted source is YouTube. So if you're looking to check us out, please do so there, and just realize that if you can't find it on Spotify, that might be why it's gone.
Right. Now we're going to continue to upload on Spotify for the time being, correct?
Yep.
So what I would, Ned, you can agree or not with this. I'm curious your take, but I think at this point we'd prefer you use the app that you feel most comfortable. But if you are indifferent, choose YouTube.
Right.
Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I feel like we can interact with you guys better over there as well.
True.
And it feels a little bit better over on YouTube. So yeah, all that said, kind of hold on and work through this with us as we navigate this situation, and as we land on what our long-term plans are, we'll update you in one of the main episodes or in one of the extras, whichever I guess the timing works best.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so with that, we got our next movie coming up is The Game, that was directed by David Fincher and stars Michael Douglas. So look out for that when it drops. But that is going to conclude this episode. Be sure to check us out on Threads and Facebook at To The Movies Pod. And again, we are on YouTube at The Movies Pod. So be sure to check us out there. And Joe, thanks for sharing all those movies with us.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I'd love to hear the feedback from the listeners and viewers, whether I either got some things right, got some things wrong, or if I missed anything.
It's probably a little column A and a little column B.
Maybe a little bit of C.
Yeah, maybe. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.